I'm able to share this story because I've healed. Before I share with you my healing journey or my healing process, I would like to share my story of what led on to the loss of my child. My office was close to me. Hospital for antenatal, I wanted somewhere close. That was how I got to this hospital, private. Because I was working in the bank, I was able to use the bank HMO. So because I did not know my way around, I didn't even ask questions. I just did my research. Because in fact, I asked questions, but I was getting a lot of information. Like my head was just too much information. You know how it is. You are new to a place. You ask this person, you ask this person. A lot of people are just giving you their opinion. It was becoming too much in my head. So I decided that I was just going to do my own thing and look for my own thing without anybody's, opinion. This hospital, they did not have scan machine. They did not even refer me to say, okay, go to so place to do scan. They kept saying their scanning machine was bad. They're expecting a new machine. I was 3 months pregnant when I registered for this antenatal. The HMO paid. You see this HMO talk, eh? It's talk for another day. HMO in Nigeria. Nigeria's HMO is definitely talk for another day. So everything was just really, really strange in that hospital. So I told my husband, see, let's just go to another hospital and go and register for antenatal. So I contacted my HMO, right? The HMO told me that they cannot pay for antenatal care for one person 2 times in a year. And I was like, wow, this hospital that I selected before was under your HMO. This same hospital did not have the facilities that you people think that they have. There's nothing there. I was really upset. So what I did was that I paid for antenatal in the new hospital. Now I'll continue the antenatal at the hospital closest to me. Then when it's time for delivery, I would come here for delivery. That was the agreement I had with the plan I had. I had not done a scan with that first hospital. When I now went to register for antenatal at the second hospital, that was when I was able to do scan. Like that was when I was able to do my very first scan. So the only thing this first hospital closest to me, the only thing they do is to do the normal routine check. They'll check your baby, use that ear heartbeat something that they put on the ear. They'll now use it to hear the baby's heartbeat. They'll use tape to measure the length of your stomach. That was the normal manual thing they were doing until when their scan arrived. Their scan arrived when I became 36 weeks. All my business. My plan was that I've already made my plan. So by the time we got to 38 weeks, I just started having headache. Like I started having severe headache. I got to the hospital. I complained about this headache. I said, "You people, I'm having headache." I complained with the first hospital, right? I'm having this headache. It's severe. It's constant. It's been coming and going. It's severe. It's strong. Do you know that 39 weeks appointment during the normal routine checkup, they now checked my urinalysis. My urinalysis came out positive for protein. I did not know that there was something called protein. When you have protein in your urine, is a problem. When you have glucose, there's a problem. I had on that scan. That 39 weeks. I did scan that day. They told me, they already brought their scanning machine, right? I was one of the first people that used it. Baby's heartbeat was heard. It was loud and clear. You know how it is. So they told me, I can go home. My gynecologist there said, I can go home. That this week is my delivery week. If I have any signs or symptoms and blah, 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 I can now come to the hospital. These people were not supposed to allow me go home that day. Me, as a novice that I was, that's why I went home without any, after complaining that there was a day. But then by then the headache has reduced, but and this 39 weeks appointment was a Tuesday. Guys, by Friday, I started throwing up. Like within 3 days, I started throwing up. I told my husband that something is wrong. Something is wrong. There's no how I will be throwing up at 39 weeks. 39 weeks and plus 3 days, or we're heading towards 40 weeks. There's no way I'll be throwing up at that stage. There's a problem. Let's go to the hospital. So me and my husband, we drove and went to the second hospital at Sulere. When we got to that second hospital, that was when they told us that they cannot hear heartbeats. Even when they were even saying they could not hear heartbeats, I was still, I did not understand what it meant by. I was just a novice. It never dawned on me. So my mama even told me that you don't know your work. My mama told the lady that you don't know your work. Look for the heartbeat very well. It's there. There's no way that we did scan on Tuesday now. There's no way you'll not be hearing heartbeats. There's heartbeat there. Look for it. These people checked. There was no heartbeat. Olona said, these people now referred us to Lutz. That was when they referred me to Lutz for the very first time. Mother said, no, let's go back to that first hospital. Since we're doing antenatal, let's go back there. We went back to that first hospital. It was that first hospital that we now saw that they even wrote the protein plus in red. It was there. And then how come you people ignored this thing? How come you people allowed this lady to go home this day? My mom was screaming and shouting at them. Me self, all these things were happening. I didn't even understand. I was still like, okay, there's no heartbeat. People should come and check me. Maybe those good nonsense. Maybe people will see it. Maybe people will hear it. I mean, so these people now checked their own. Oh. That was when they now said, they now told me that the baby is dead. Ha! Dead, K. Dead, kwa. How? I was here on Tuesday. Like, what's going on? So they referred us to Lute again. We got two referrals to Lute. We went to Lute that night, around 12, 1 a.m. It was already Friday night, midnight, again Saturday. By the time we got to Lute, my BP was reading over 200. Like, I was pale. I was white. Like the whole of that Saturday, we got to Lute on Friday night. The whole of that Saturday, I did not know. I cannot recall. I cannot tell you that this is what happened to me throughout that Saturday. I do not have any memory because the injections I was receiving, the pain, the loss of blood. Oh my God! I swear, as in, I rise. My whole body rise. I cannot tell you that this is what happened throughout that Saturday. I cannot remember. I do not have any memory of what happened on Saturday. I was looking all lost. See, I was still pregnant here. I was still carrying the baby in the womb. Throughout that Saturday, they were trying to stabilize my blood pressure so that they would, try and get out the baby. By Sunday morning, my baby was stable. So they came out. They were asking me, "Do you want to push the baby, or do you want to go in for cesarean section?" And I told them, "Please, oh, let's do cesarean section because I don't understand. I'm going to be pushing this baby. I don't get it." So the good thing was that I was happy that they came and they came to ask me. They didn't ask my husband. They asked me, "What do you want for yourself? Can you push this baby, or do you want CS?" I told them CS. So there was one very nice nurse that came and she was advising me that I shouldn't go for CS, that I should try and push the baby, and that if I do CS, it's going to be more painful for me because I'll be cleaning wounds and there'll be no baby to, say, okay, this is why I'm suffering, this is why I'm stressing from these scars. So I listened to the nurse and then I went ahead to push the baby. They gave me tear, better tear. They told me like this. They gave me better tear. So I was able to push the baby. They gave me fire, one bloody fire, what they call it, Holy Ghost fire. I don't know that injection. It was very hot. It was a very, very painful experience. It was a very, very painful experience. So I was able to push out this baby, and then I stayed in the hospital for extra 7 days. In fact, after pushing out the baby safe, I told them that you should not carry me to any ward where I will be seeing babies. So don't take me to any baby ward. Just take me to the regular ward. Hey, I don't want to go and be hearing cries of babies, different babies. Just take me to a normal regular ward that I'll be fine and I'll be fine there. They took me to a regular ward, so the impacts won't be much on me. So that was basically it. And not to castigate anybody with miscarriage issues, but I personally, it was my experience. I just was telling God that you should have allowed me to miscarry this child. Miscarriage would have been better for me than me carrying this baby to full term and then baby's dead. I remember also trying to do research, like where can I share my story, where can I talk about this? But most of the platforms I was seeing was just basically white people's platform, and you have to have access to the country's IP, blah 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 blah, before you can share your story. So I would like to post an event on TikTok here where you can come and share your story. So if you have lost stories that you want to share and you're open to share, you're willing to share. I also feel like if you're sharing it, there are people that want to hear your stories and also try to avoid mistakes that would lead to them having such similar occurrences. Yeah. So if I had at some point learned that there was something called protein in the urine or glucose in the urine, I would have been more observant. I would have asked more questions. So if you're open to it, you can drop it in the comment section. Tell me what you think. Should we host this event? So yeah, that's basically it.